माँ तुम्हारा ऋण बहुत है, मैं अकिंचन, किंतु इतना कर रहा फिर भी निवेदन। थाल में लाऊं सजा कर, भाल जब स्वीकार कर लेना, दया कर यह समर्पण। ज्ञान अर्पित, प्राण अर्पित, रक्त का कण कण समर्पित, मन समर्पित, तन समर्पित, और यह जीवन समर्पित।
Some individuals' life journeys become epics. Lord Ram's journey became the Ramayana. Kuru dynasty and Krishna's journey became the Mahabharata. Kannagi and Kovalan's journey became Silpadikaram, the great epic. If the journey of any personality of New India were to be chosen as an epic, that name would be our Prime Minister Narendra Modi's. The journey of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not merely about the making of an individual, but the saga of building a person, society, nation and transforming the nation into a global friend. This saga is a grand narrative of struggle and untold service. I, actress, writer and director Kangana Ranaut, will narrate to the audience this story from the perspective of a creative artist. Vatsalya is such an emotion that connects every parent to their beloved child. Kaushalya and Ram, Yashoda and Krishna, Jijabai and Shivaji, all were bound by this emotional thread. The same parental affection existed between Mother Hiraba, Father Damodar Das and their son Narendra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has written about his mother Hiraba, "Today, whatever is good in my life, whatever is good in my personality is a gift from my mother and father. My mother is as simple as she is extraordinary, just like all mothers." The house in Vadnagar, where Hiraba and her family lived, was very small.
Here we see the respected Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Bhai Modi ji, whose birthday was on 17 September 1950, was born here in this particular house, and his whole childhood was spent in these streets.
There were no windows, no toilet in that house. The 1 to 1.5 room structure built with mud walls and a thatched roof was their home. There lived the mother, father and all brothers and sisters together. To earn a little extra money for running the household, Hiraba would wash utensils at other people's houses. She also spun the charkha in her spare time, extracting cotton from husks and making threads from it. All this Hiraba did herself. During rains, when water used to drip inside the house, at that time Hiraba used to place vessels on the ground. The dripping water from the roof accumulated in the vessels, and Hiraba would use that collected water for household chores over the next 2 to 3 days. Whenever any saints or sadhus came nearby, Hiraba would surely invite them home and offer food. When they were about to leave, Hiraba did not just ask for blessings for herself, but for all her children.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara.
Please bless my children that they see happiness in the happiness of others, and feel sorrow in the sorrow of others. Instill devotion and a spirit of service in my children. Please bless them this way.
Always stay blessed. May God always shower His blessings on your children. May God bless you. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Even amidst poverty, Hiraba gave Narendra the best values. Narendra often used to say that he wanted to visit the Ramakrishna Mission Monastery. He spoke a lot about Swami Vivekananda with her. The nation itself is a deity, is what Narendra learned from the literature of Swami Vivekananda.
Arise, awaken, and don't stop until the goal is achieved. Don't stop until the goal is achieved. Remember, your country is your deity. Just serve this nation first. Young people, recognize the power within yourselves. India is asleep. We must awaken it. Offer your body, mind and wealth for Mother India. Only through sacrifice and service will the nation rise.
Narendra, that's enough. Food is ready.
Okay, ba?
Damodar Das Modi ran a small tea shop at Vadnagar railway station. After school, Narendra used to help his father in the tea shop.
Tea, hot tea. Tea, hot tea.
Give one here.
A little away from Vadnagar was a village where Damodar Das Modi's close friend lived. He had a son named Abbas. After the untimely death of his friend, Damodar Das brought Abbas to live in their house. Abbas grew up there and studied. Hiraba took care of Abbas just like her own children. During the occasion of Eid, Hiraba would prepare Abbas's favorite dishes. That's where Narendra learned the value of considering everyone as family. When Narendra decided to leave home, Damodar Das Modi went to a relative who was also an astrologer. Damodar Das was really worried about Narendra's future. What would Narendra do?
Panditji, is everything fine?
Brother Damodar,
Yes.
his path is quite different. Where God has destined him to go, he will surely reach.
Hiraba always taught Narendra to stick to his own principles and dedicate himself to work for the poor. In 2014, when Narendra Modi became Prime Minister, the first person he visited was his mother, Hiraba.
Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi.
He bowed at her feet, which were like a temple to him. Hiraba sweetened Narendra's mouth and gave him the wisdom that one must not harbor ego, and told him that serving the people is the true religion. This was the wish of millions of Indian mothers expressed through Hiraba's words. In the year 2022, when Hiraba's life journey came to an end, her words became commands and blessings for Narendra. The foundation of Narendra Modi's personality was built on his mother's sacrifice and his father's hard work. Although Hiraba and Damodar Das faced a lack of resources in life, their affection was boundless. And this affection shaped Narendra completely. And what he received from his mother, he returned to the nation's mothers, sisters and daughters. The ruler and servant envisioned by Acharya Kautilya were embodied by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Narendra? What are you thinking?
Ba, sometimes I wonder what I will become when I grow up.
What?
A saint, a soldier, or something else.
Son, the life of a saint or a soldier is very difficult. A true saint is one who serves others. And a true soldier is one who protects the people. Whatever you become, just always remember that you have to serve others. God is always with you.
After a long gap in history, a national leader emerged who considered the people of India as his own family. Prime Minister Narendra Modi followed the same great tradition which was started by the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka the Great. Emperor Ashoka regarded his subjects as his own children and fulfilled his duties as a father. Narendra Modi, inspired by that sentiment of Indianness, performs his duty to the fullest. For Narendra Modi, who constantly remembers Mother India, what other relationship could there be with the Indian populace than that of a family?
स्वप्न अर्पित प्रश्न अर्पित आयु का क्षण क्षण समर्पित मन समर्पित तन समर्पित और यह जीवन समर्पित
शरीर का प्रत्येक कण, समय का प्रत्येक क्षण 125 करोड़ देशवासियों को समर्पित है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's personality, as serious and determined as it is, also carries humor, which brings him closer to all the people.
लोकल के लिए वोकल का ये समर्पण हम सभी का, पूरे देश का दायित्व है। क्यों इसमें ठंडे पड़ गए? ना मैं करूं तो ताली बजाते हो, आपको करने की बात आए तो रुक जाते हो।
Modi ji doesn't always talk about policies. Sometimes he makes witty remarks and jokes.
तो आज कुछ सुनाई दो और को क्या? क्योंकि लोग मेरा सुन सुन के थक जाते हैं। अभी आप हर महीने कितने का काम करते हैं? अमाउंट कितना होगा?
My amount actually
नहीं, इनकम टैक्स वाला नहीं आएगा, डरो मत, डरो मत।
2.5 lakhs. I'm getting 2.5 lakhs.
ये वित्त मंत्री मेरे बगल में बैठे, मैं उनको बताता हूँ।
Okay.
वो आपके इनकम टैक्स वाला नहीं आएगा।
He says, some people say Modi doesn't sleep, but actually Modi doesn't let others sleep. His satire towards opponents is never ever harsh, but only filled with humor, where criticism comes with a smile.
आज यहाँ ये भी बात कही गई कि आप चौकीदार नहीं भागीदार है। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं गर्व के साथ कहना चाहता हूं, हम चौकीदार भी हैं, हम भागीदार भी हैं, लेकिन हम आपकी तरह सौदागर नहीं है, ठेकेदार नहीं। न हम सौदागर हैं, न हम ठेकेदार हैं, हम भागीदार हैं, देश के गरीबों के दुख के भागीदार हैं, हम देश के किसानों की पीड़ा के भागीदार हैं।
Playful interactions between children and the Prime Minister during Pariksha Pe Charcha are heartwarming. Isn't this why the people of India say that Narendra Modi is their family and they are his? We all know that Every year, when exam time approaches, not only the children but also the parents in the home become stressed. Our Prime Minister understood this stress faced by students and their families and resolved to ease this burden. This led to the initiation of the Pariksha Pe Charcha.
Are students scared of exams or their parents and teachers?
परीक्षा जीवन का एक सहज हिस्सा है। हमारी विकास यात्रा का छोटे पड़ाव है और उस पड़ाव से हमें गुजरना है। हम गुजर चुके हैं। एग्जाम देते एक प्रकार से हम एग्जाम प्रूफ हो गए हैं।
In this discussion, Narendra Modi does not remain the Prime Minister but becomes a guide and a friend. This dialogue is also a message for parents and teachers that instead of pressurizing children, let them fly the wings of their dreams. Pariksha Pe Charcha is that closeness which gave millions of students the confidence that even the country's Prime Minister understands their stress. After all, students are the future of this country who will shape the India of tomorrow. What appears as a small effort is actually a big step towards successful nation building. Lord Buddha, after seeing the suffering of the world, gave the message of compassion and friendship. Maharaj Rantidev also said, "I do not want a kingdom, nor heaven, nor rebirth. I only desire that I can feel the suffering of every living being in my heart and is able to alleviate it." This is the culture of India. Hiraba also sought the same blessing from saints, that her children should feel happiness in others' joy and sorrow in others' pain. And the compassion born from others' suffering is reflected in many decisions of Narendra Modi. Behind Narendra Modi's serious and composed face lies a hidden compassion which sometimes flows as tears. It is compassion for humanity that drives Narendra Modi to walk the thorny path for the welfare of the people without concern for criticism, insult, jealousy or rivalry. A time of sorrow, compassion and adversity came into his life. In 2001, the land of Kutch trembled with an earthquake. In no time, thousands of homes turned to dust. Thousands of people were buried under debris. Homes were destroyed and dreams shattered. At that very moment, Narendra Bhai Modi, as Chief Minister, was the first to go among the earthquake-affected people and extend help.
भूकंप की विनाशिका में मौत की चादर ओढ़कर के सोए लोग हमने देखे हैं। हमने विनाश देखा है। मैं कच्छ के खमीर को प्रणाम करता हूँ, जिन्होंने इस संकट के समय इतना धैर्य रखा।
Tears filled his eyes, but courage filled his heart. He resolved to create a new Kutch and Gujarat from the ashes of Kutch. Whenever destruction occurred, Narendra Modi played the role of Vishwakarma, creating anew.
An individual or organization is not supreme. In fact, the nation is supreme. An individual may perish, but the nation must always live on.
Son, which book are you reading?
Guruji's Life and Thoughts.
Very good. Read. All the more.
Even the smallest and most neglected person in society is part of the soul of the nation. If we do not serve them, the nation will just remain incomplete.
Millions of women in our villages used to walk miles every day to fetch water. Pot on their shoulders, sweat on their foreheads, and worries in their minds. It seemed as though the nation was once again waiting for some Bhagirath to bring the Ganges of compassion to every household. Narendra Modi understood this pain. Instead of waiting for a Bhagirath to arrive, he decided to become Bhagirath himself. In the past, the Chola king Rajendra I carried water from the Ganges to South India through a great expedition. Similarly, Narendra Modi initiated a nationwide Jal Jeevan mission. resolved to deliver water to each and every home.
ये जल जीवन मिशन, इसके लिए करीब केंद्र और राज्य साथ मिलकर के काम करेंगे और आने वाले वर्षों में 3.5 लाख करोड़ रुपए से भी ज्यादा रकम इस जल जीवन मिशन के लिए खर्च करने का हमने संकल्प किया।
This was an expression of compassion towards the women of the country, becoming a large-scale mission, the Jal Jeevan Mission. Initiative to provide clean drinking water in rural India began. At the same time, various ways were adapted to start rainwater harvesting. Narendra Modi never forgot the sight of water dripping from the roof of his house and how Hiraba used to collect it and reuse it. The past was now guiding the future. One such problem was that of fuel. The mothers of rural India were dependent on traditional fuels. Burning firewood and cow dung cakes produced smoke that irritated their eyes and damaged their lungs. Narendra Modi had seen his own mother cooking using cow dung cakes. Hiraba used to cook in that house without windows using cow dung cakes. The smoke could not escape, so even the walls inside the house would turn black. Narendra Modi understood the suffering of Indian women and resolved to deliver gas cylinders to every home. As a result, gas cylinders were delivered to millions of homes. Now there was no smoke in the kitchen, only smiles. This was not merely compassion, it was a duty. Another major challenge was open defecation. Women would go out in the night for defecation. This was not only a matter of women's dignity, but it was also about their health. Prime Minister Modi had seen India's villages. Prime Minister Modi decided toilets must be constructed for the dignity of daughters. It was not merely about building 4 walls of brick and mortar. It was a resolution to give respect to women. Under the Swachh Bharat mission, millions of toilets were constructed across the country, and this mission still continues even today. On 2nd October 2014, on the occasion of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the Prime Minister launched the Swachh Bharat Mission as a nationwide movement.
2 अक्टूबर है, पूज्य महात्मा गांधी का जन्म दिवस है। पूज्य बापू ने हमें संदेश दिया था, क्विट इंडिया, क्लीन इंडिया, एक कदम स्वच्छता की ओर। अगर हम सब मिल करके इसको एक जन आंदोलन बनाएंगे, तो मैं नहीं मानता हूं कि दुनिया के साफ सुथरे शहरों में, देशों में हमारा नाम नहीं होगा। हम भी उस जगह को बना सकते हैं।
वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाए।
He declared, "We will neither create filth nor let others do it."
मैं न गंदगी करूंगा, न किसी और को करने दूंगा।
Mr. Modi had observed Hiraba's love for cleanliness. She had another special aspect. Hiraba gave great respect to all the sanitation workers. Near their home in Vadanagar was a drainage canal. Whenever someone came for cleaning, Hiraba wouldn't let them leave without having a cup of tea. Later, even the sanitation workers understood that after work, if they wanted tea, it could only be found at Hiraba's house. The Prime Minister's commitment to cleanliness came from Hiraba. He made a nationwide call for a clean India. Citizens gladly joined the Swachh Bharat mission. Women's dignity was restored. Compassion turned into resolution.
Swachh Bharat, Swachh Bharat, swase sabak
daughters of India have been raising their voices for justice and equality for centuries. But practices like triple talaq had left many women feeling helpless. A single word, talaq, would sever a lifelong relationship. Tears in women's eyes, pain in their hearts, darkness in their future. In the year 2019, Prime Minister Narendra Modi made the courageous decision to abolish this regressive practice. He faced opposition, criticism too, but this was not just a law. It was a bold gift to all the Muslim daughters of our nation.
मोदी ने गारंटी दी थी 3 तलाक खत्म होगा। आज मुस्लिम बहनों को 3 तलाक से मुक्ति मिल चुकी है।
Bravery and valor are abundant in the Prime Minister. Bravery is not only visible on the battlefield, but is also seen in the battlefield of national life. Bravery is raising voice against injustice. A brave person is one who resolves to protect the weak. A brave person is one who is ready to die for their land. A brave person who is ready to fight to protect their culture and traditions. A brave person fights to protect the rights of others.
तरुण वीर देश के मूर्त वीर देश के तरुण वीर देश के मूर्त वीर देश के जाग 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 रे मातृभू पुकारती तरुण वीर देश के मूर्त वीर देश के जाग 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 रे मातृभू पुकारती.
Whenever someone challenged India's dignity and security, our own Prime Minister Narendra Modi rode like a lion.
आतंकवाद के सामने न हिंदुस्तान झुका है न हिंदुस्तान झुकेगा। आतंकवाद को परास्त करके रहेगा।
India will no longer remain silent. It will strike its enemies deep within their territory. In 2016, after the cowardly Uri attack, the Prime Minister decided to show India's valor to the enemy. The Indian Army carried out a surgical strike. This operation was akin to how Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj attacked Shaista Khan's palace. Thanks to Prime Minister Modi's skillful leadership and farsightedness, the surgical strike was successful. Our brave forces burned down the terrorist camps and returned, leaving the enemy helpless. In 2019, after the Balakot airstrike, when Wing Commander Abhinandan was captured in Pakistan, the entire nation was worried. Prime Minister Modi, like Bhishma, pledged and promised that India would bring back its hero. Within a few days, Abhinandan was safely brought back to India, filling the nation with pride. After becoming Prime Minister, Narendra Bhai celebrated Diwali every year with the soldiers at the border. He said, "When I celebrate the festival of Diwali among you, the sweetness of Diwali multiplies many times over. This is true valor, that which amplifies the courage of others through words."
सीमा सुरक्षा बल के साथ आपके बीच दीपावली, ये मेरा सौभाग्य है। आप सभी को दीपावली की बहुत बहुत बधाई।
But more challenges were still awaiting Narendra Modi. Since independence, Kashmir, the land of great personalities like Kashyap Rishi, Shankaracharya, Abhinav Gupta, Lalitaditya, and Lal Din had been crying for justice. Terrorism and separatism had pushed Kashmir to the brink of destruction. An integral part of Indian soil, Kashmir was longing for progress and development. The people of Kashmir felt estranged from their own country. The reason was Article 370 of the Indian Constitution, which was not just a constitutional provision, but a clear line drawn in people's minds that we are different. While every child in the country dreamt of having equal rights, the youth of Kashmir silently wondered, am I a part of India or separate from it? Article 370 was an obstacle to the dreams of Kashmir's youth and the region's development. The removal of Article 370 was a necessary political step for national unity and integrity. Even more than that, it was a step of equality and trust for society. But the courage to remove Article 370 was never shown by previous governments. It was Narendra Modi who had to take this decision. It required stability like the Himalayas, firmness like the earth, and strength like none other than Angad's foot. Once a vow is made, life can be sacrificed, but the promise to India must never be broken. Narendra Modi finally placed the foot of Angad, and Article 370 had to be removed. Now every child in the valley can say, I am as much a part of India as Kashmir is of every Indian. Where students once held stones in their hands, they now hold books. A firm and determined resolve opened the doors to Kashmir's progress. The removal of Article 370 was not just a victory of the law, but a triumph of Indian culture. Kashmir was already an integral part of India's cultural and spiritual stream. Now, that stream is inseparable and united with the mainstream of the nation.
आज जब लाल चौक पर देर शाम तक हमारे बाल बच्चे खेलते खिलखिलाते हैं, तो हर भारतीय आनंद से भर जाता है। मैं बहुत ईमानदारी से समर्पण भाव से जुटा हूँ, ताकि कश्मीर की पिछली पीढ़ियों ने जो भुगता, उससे बाहर निकालने का रास्ता बनाया जा सके। जम्मू कश्मीर में आज सही मायने में भारत का संविधान लागू हुआ है, और ये सब कुछ साथियों इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि सबको बांटने वाली आर्टिकल 370 की दीवार अब गिर चुकी है। दूरियां चाहे दिल की रही हो या फिर दिल्ली की, हर दूरी को मिटाने के लिए हम हर कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
When Article 370 was repealed in 2019, it was not merely a political decision, but a courageous one. There was criticism, there was opposition, but true bravery is to move forward fearlessly in difficult times. The child Narendra who fought poverty. Hardened by difficulties, the Sangh Pracharak. The Chief Minister who brought rebirth from the ashes of an earthquake, and the Prime Minister lighting lamps with soldiers on the border. All together convey a single message. Bravery is not only about war, but the resolve to stand firm through every single hardship. But often, to protect the nation, it is necessary to show the enemy and anti-national forces a fierce form. In Ramcharitmanas, Lord Ram showed the ocean his fierce form before it allowed him passage. In the Mahabharata, Draupadi displayed her fierce form when insulted. Another example is Arjuna's fierce form after Abhimanyu's heroic demise. Whenever injustice, terrorism, corruption, and anti-national forces rose in power, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi displayed his fierce form.
चुन चुन करके हिसाब लेना, ये मेरी फितरत है, ये हमारा सिद्धांत है। हम घर में घुस के मारेंगे।
In childhood, Narendra used to hear Hiraba sing Zevarchand Meghani's Shivaji no Haladu lullaby many times.
बाळुडाने मात ही चोळे ढाणाणाण डोंगरा डोले शिवाजीने नींद रुनावे माता जिजाबाई झुलावे भरी ने आज रे शिवा पेट भरी કાલે કાળા યુદ્ધ ખેલાશે સુવાટાણું ક્યાંય ના રહેશે શિવાજીને નીંદ રૂનાવે માતા જીજાબાઈ ઝુલાવે
The lullaby sung by Mata Jijabai became deeply rooted in Narendra's mind. In school, he enacted the role of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in plays many times.
God has inspired me to establish the Hindvi Swarajya. This country belongs to my people. Protecting it is my duty.
छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज जय छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज जय छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj throbbed in Narendra's heart. Whenever any fellow child was harassed, Narendra never remained silent. His eyes showed anger and his words reflected courage. These seeds later grew into a tree of fierce determination.
आज से 350 वर्ष पूर्व जब छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का राज्याभिषेक हुआ था तो उसमें स्वराज की ललकार और राष्ट्रीयता की जय जयकार समाहित। उन्होंने हमेशा भारत की एकता और अखंडता को सर्वोपरि रखा। आज एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के विजन में छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के विचारों का ही प्रतिबिंब देखा जा सकता है।
Whenever terrorist attacks were launched on Gujarat and anti-national forces raised their heads, every time Narendra Modi assumed his fierce form and crushed the hoods of venomous snakes. He confronted terrorism with the firmness of thunderbolts. His fierce form was not mere anger, but a solemn resolve to protect the nation. Similarly, the Prime Minister struck the demon of black money and corruption with a thunderbolt, exposing corrupt individuals in his fierce resolve. Corruption had deeply wounded the soul of the nation and completely hollowed it out. Tax evasion had become commonplace. In childhood, by enacting the role of Harish Chandra in school, Narendra learned the true meaning of upholding duty. A tough decision is essential for fulfilling one's responsibility.
I'll not ignite the funeral pyre without collecting tax from you.
How can you be so harsh, huh?
Harshness in collecting tax is my duty. I am a servant. By the order of my master, I am asking tax from you. This is my duty.
In 2016, Narendra Modi made the unimaginable and tough decision of demonetization.
8 नवंबर 2016 की रात्रि को 12 बजे से वर्तमान में जारी 500 रुपए और 1000 रुपए करेंसी नोट लीगल टेंडर नहीं रहेंगे।
There was criticism, there was opposition, but he firmly believed that eradicating corruption is the key to safeguarding the future of our nation. He roared against terrorism at the United Nations and global platforms. That roar carried not only India's anger, but the outrage of the entire humanity.
हमें अपने सभी मतभेदों को दरकिनार कर आतंकवाद से लड़ने के लिए सम्मिलित अंतर्राष्ट्रीय प्रयास करना चाहिए। मैं आपसे यह अनुरोध करता हूं कि इस प्रयास के प्रतीक के रूप में आप कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कन्वेंशन ऑन इंटरनेशनल टेररिज्म को पारित करें। ये बहुत लंबे अरसे से पेंडिंग मांग है, इस पर बल देने की आवश्यकता है।
History is witness that terrorism has been shedding innocent blood in Kashmir for decades. One such heinous act was committed by terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir, Pahalgam. On April 22nd, 2025, terrorists attacked tourists. They asked people their religion and killed them. It was a massacre. Many women's sindoor was wiped away. In such circumstances, showing the enemy one's fierce form became necessary. The mothers and sisters who lost their husbands and loved ones called upon the Prime Minister to seek revenge. The Narsimha within Narendra Modi awakened. Through Operation Sindoor and Operation Mahadev, our army destroyed the terrorists' hideouts and eliminated the murderous terrorists. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, "Water and blood can never flow together." This was Narendra Modi's fierce form.
आतंकवादियों के बचाव में उतरे पाकिस्तान को कुछ ही घंटों में घुटनों पर लाने की हमारी क्षमता पूरी दुनिया ने नए भारत के इस स्वरूप के दर्शन किए।
Whether it was the suppression of terrorism, the strike against corruption, or the defense of national dignity, his anger just transformed into service and utmost protection. This is what elevates him from a leader to a Rashtrapurush. The year 2020 was not just a challenge for India, but in fact for the entire world. An invisible enemy had brought the entire world to a halt.
आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है। हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है।
Silence on streets, long queues in hospitals, fear and helplessness in families. India was caught in the grip of the same fear. This was the time when the fear of the coronavirus pandemic gripped the world. It was a time of trial for every head of state. In a vast country like India, the challenge was even greater. The enemy was unknown, the remedy unclear. How to protect one against this unknown foe and disease? Who would bring the life-saving remedy to save humanity's lives? At such a time, Narendra Modi displayed indomitable courage. He appealed to everyone to fight the crisis by being together. To instill hope and maintain patience, he called for symbolic actions such as lighting lamps and clanging plates. Even these appeals faced criticism. But sociologists believe that this gave millions of Indians mental support and a sense of collective strength in the darkness of fear. Their voice became a ray of hope. During this time of crisis, our healthcare system came under pressure. Modi ji decided to produce an indigenous vaccine and implemented it on a war footing. He motivated scientists. In a very short time, India's scientists developed the coronavirus vaccine. But the challenge was to vaccinate the nation's 1.4 billion citizens. Under the Prime Minister's capable leadership, the world's largest vaccination campaign began and succeeded. He appealed to the public for patience, to scientists for innovation, and to healthcare workers for service. The Prime Minister was working with the spirit of nation first, but the humanity was suffering due to coronavirus. How could India remain behind in such times? India believes in the welfare of the whole world. And with this sentiment, under the Vaccine Maitri initiative, India helped many countries, making Indian vaccines available to them. Once again, India lived the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Prime Minister Modi played the role of a global friend. Ironically, at the same time when the Prime Minister was urging the nation to get vaccinated for coronavirus, there were many political personalities who were questioning the usefulness of the vaccine. Despite such disinformation, vaccination campaign of India today is being appreciated worldwide. Another time of fear arrived. In February 2022, the Russia-Ukraine war began. thousands of Indian students and workers were trapped in the war-torn region. Indian students hiding in bunkers, terrified amidst bombings. On one side there was shelling, cold nights, lack of food and medicines, and on the other side, a horrifying situation for students and their parents. The Prime Minister was concerned for each and every Indian.
हमारे करीब 20,000 बेटे बेटियां जो पढ़ाई के लिए यूक्रेन में थे, तब हमारे सामने सबसे प्राथमिक काम ये था कि इन बच्चों को सुरक्षित वापस लाना है.
He personally contacted the presidents of Ukraine, Russia and neighboring countries and also arranged safe corridors for the return of Indian citizens. The decision was taken to evacuate Indian students via special flights and the operation was named Operation Ganga. Prime Minister Modi did not merely give orders to officials but sent ministers himself to the border to reassure the students.
व्यक्तिगत रूप से कुछ संकट आया, कहीं कोई बीमार हो गया तो वो अपेक्षा करता है कि आप तुरंत हमें ले जाने की व्यवस्था कीजिए. स्वाभाविक है और हिंदुस्तान का नागरिक भी चाहता है कि भाई ऐसे समय सरकार नहीं करेगी तो कौन करेगा. ये तो सरकार का दायित्व भी है.
This mission was praised not only within the country but also internationally. Evacuating citizens from a war zone on such a large scale was an extremely difficult task. However, Prime Minister Modi's personal communication and quick decisions made this possible. When the students returned to India, there were tears in their parents' eyes at the airport. This was not just diplomacy, this was national policy. It was a fulfillment of duty. Be it an earthquake or terrorism, be it pandemic or the terror of war itself. But each time, the lamp was lit by Narendra Modi of determination over fear. As long as the Prime Minister remains vigilant for the nation's security, till then India will remain fearless.